The film opens with a war between the Black Clan forces, led by Daigo Kagamitsu, and the Red Clan forces, led by Kaneyama. The Red Clan forces emerge victorious. After being defeated and seriously wounded in the battle, Daigo Kagamitsu goes to the Hell Temple, which houses 48 demon statues. Daigo's purpose is to make a pact with the demons. He reveals that his father and brothers were killed during the war by Kaneyama's forces and fears that his entire clan, including his descendants, will be wiped out. Therefore, Daigo asks the demons to grant him the power to defeat Kaneyama and conquer the land of Japan. At that very moment, Daigo is startled and accidentally cuts a rat in half. It turns out the rat is a demon who begins to speak, saying it will grant Daigo's wish. However, as compensation, Daigo must surrender his son, who is still in his wife's womb. When Daigo's son is born, 48 parts of his body will be taken by the demons. Being an ambitious man, Daigo agrees. Since there was no seal at that time, the demon signs its name on Daigo's forehead. Afterward, the Queel priest advises Daigo not to proceed with the pact, but Daigo ignores him and kills the priest instead. Several years later, we are shown a man nicknamed Yakimaru, who is wandering through the desert and ends up at a bar. There, Yakimaru is offered a fortune teller who is skilled at reading palms. But as soon as the fortune teller sees Yakimaru's palm, he is instantly shocked because his hand is different from a normal human hand. Coincidentally, a masked woman appears, dancing on the stage. Feeling something is amiss, Yakimaru approaches the stage. However, he is attacked by the bar guards, and one of the guards accidentally cuts Yakimaru's arm. Strangely, Yakimaru does not bleed and instead cuts off his own arm to reveal that there is a sword inside his hand. Yakimaru then attacks the masked woman, and it is revealed that the woman is actually a crab-shaped demon. While Yakimaru is dueling the demon, we are shown an unknown thief who is being chased after stealing a bag of money. The thief then enters the bar and is shocked by the duel. Within a short time, Yakimaru manages to kill the demon. Afterward, Yakimaru reattaches his hand, which naturally terrifies the thief and his victim. Not only that, both are even more terrified when Yakimaru feels pain as one of his legs is suddenly severed. But within a short time, the leg regrows, while his prosthetic leg crumbles to dust. After witnessing the incident, the thief meets the shepherd grandpa, who always carries a guitar. The grandpa claims to know everything about Yakimaru and begins to tell his story. Several years ago, a shaman accidentally found a basket floating in the river while fishing. The curious shaman took the basket and was shocked to see that inside was a baby boy with 48 missing body parts. Feeling pity, the shaman cared for the baby, who is Yakimaru, becoming his adoptive father. With his healing skills and magical spells, the shaman began collecting body parts of children who had died in the war. These body parts were then specially treated to become the necessary body parts for Yakimaru, such as a heart, hands, legs, and many others. After everything was installed onto Yakimaru's body, the shaman was finally able to communicate with him. Although Yakimaru was still a baby, the shaman knew what Yakimaru wanted. Until one day, the shepherd grandpa came to the shaman's house. The grandpa tells the shaman that he felt guided to this house, and when he saw Yakimaru, he understood that the object he had been keeping all this time had brought him here. The grandpa then shows a sword forged by a swordsmith, who embedded all his vengeance into this sword to kill the murderer who had killed his family. The grandpa gives the sword to Yakimaru, but because Yakimaru is still a baby, the shaman will attach it when he is older. Several years later, Yakimaru grows into a strong child. Every day he trains with the sword, with the shaman as his trainer and father. Although Yakimaru cannot see or hear, he is able to sense everything around him with his powerful mind. To make a long story short, when Yakimaru is grown up, he finds the shaman lying on the floor due to his illness. Yakimaru offers to heal the shaman using the healing arts he has learned, but the shaman refuses because he wishes to die. The shaman then orders Yakimaru to burn the house along with his spellbook because he does not want any warlord to gain the knowledge to become immortal. Before completely dying, the shaman attaches the vengeance sword to Yakimaru's arm. The shaman also confesses that he is not Yakimaru's biological father. After the shaman dies, Yakimaru carries out the order and burns the house. The next morning, as Yakimaru is about to leave, he suddenly hears a voice revealing that his body parts have been sold to 48 demons who use them to terrorize people. The mysterious voice also tells him to kill all 48 demons with the blade in his arm, and if he succeeds in killing them one by one, his body parts will return. After telling the story about Yakimaru, the shepherd grandpa reveals to the thief that Yakimaru has killed the third demon. The crab demon that Yakimaru just killed was the demon that took one of his legs. Because Yakimaru's life story is so unique, the thief decides to follow him. The thief then starts following Yakimaru secretly. However, the thief is caught and told to go away. Although the thief pretends to be a boy, Yakimaru is certain that the thief is a girl. The thief then asks for Yakimaru's name. Yakimaru replies that he has another nickname, which is Yakimaru, and because the thief doesn't have a name, she uses Dororo as her name. Besides bothering Yakimaru, Dororo also wants to take Yakimaru's revenge sword after Yakimaru successfully kills the demon who took his arm. To make a long story short, while the two are resting by the river, a giant baby suddenly appears near them. The strange creature then guides the two to a burnt orphanage. There, Yakimaru tells Dororo that this giant baby is formed from the spirits of children who died miserably. Not long after, the two meet a couple who came to pray for their child's soul. The couple confesses that they and the local villagers were forced to abandon their children at this shelter because they could not afford to raise them due to the war crisis, especially since their territory was controlled by the Daigo clan, who always acted arbitrarily. Even so, Dororo is very disappointed with the parents in this village, arguing that no matter how hard their life is, they should have cared for their own children. Dororo and Yakimaru then continue their journey. But before they can leave the village, the two meet a man named Sabame, who offers them a place to rest. They accept the offer and are taken to Sabame's house, who has a wife and 7 twin daughters. After dinner, the two are given a bedroom to sleep. But here Dororo feels something is strange because Sabame's behavior is very odd. And sure enough, when Dororo falls asleep, the children turn into green caterpillar demons. The 7 demon caterpillars then try to eat Dororo, but before they can bite, Yakimaru immediately kills them. After that, the two then search for the caterpillar demon's nest by entering a basement. There they find dozens of demon cocoons and also human skeletons. From there, Yakimaru realizes that Sabame's wife is a butterfly demon. Meanwhile, the children who died in the shelter actually did not die by burning but were eaten by the butterfly demon's children. Yakimaru immediately goes to see Sabame and his wife, but Sabame protects his wife by fighting Yakimaru. Unfortunately, his wife's attitude is not what Sabame thought, and she deliberately kills Sabame along with Yakimaru. Luckily, Yakimaru's body has the ability to regenerate, so he does not die easily. After her identity is exposed, the butterfly demon tries to escape, which is then witnessed by the villagers. Fortunately, Yakimaru is helped by the children's spirits, so the butterfly demon is successfully destroyed. Not long after the demon is killed, Yakimaru suddenly vomits a heart and lungs. It turns out that this demon took Yakimaru's heart, so now Yakimaru's original heart has returned to his body. Instead of being grateful, the villagers instead drive Yakimaru away for killing the demon that had eaten their children and regard him as a monster. Even so, Dororo continues to encourage Yakimaru to immediately hunt other demons, and from there, the two begin to work together in eradicating the demons. They face the Carson tree demon, and after Yakimaru kills it, his ears reappear. So now Yakimaru can hear. The next day, the two then face the antlion demon. After successfully killing it, Yakimaru's voice returns, which allows Yakimaru to speak normally. The next demon is the bird demon. This time the demon is quite strong, so Yakimaru is overwhelmed. But thanks to Dororo's help, Yakimaru finally manages to kill the demon. But before the demon is destroyed, the demon gives a clue by saying that Yakimaru should be angry with his father, not the demons. After the demon is destroyed, Yakimaru gets his right hand back. The two then continue their journey until they finally arrive in an area that was formerly the border dividing the Kaneyama and Daigo kingdoms. They also see the Daigo castle from a distance, which is getting bigger every day. Here, Dororo confesses to Yakimaru that the reason she wanted the revenge sword was to seek revenge against Daigo and his descendants. When Dororo was little, all her villagers were massacred by Daigo, who considered them traitors, including Dororo's father. In the massacre, Dororo witnessed how Daigo killed her father. Although Dororo and her mother managed to escape, Dororo's mother suffered serious injuries at that time. Realizing she was going to die, the mother advised Dororo to be a strong boy to face life. The mother also asked Dororo not to cry until finally Dororo finds a man who is indeed suitable to be Dororo's life partner. The next day, Yakimaru then goes to the city to look for work. There, Yakimaru is approached by a group of thugs who try to extort him. But before they can extort him, these thugs are finished off by Yakimaru in a short time. Seeing Yakimaru's brilliance, a man named Tahomaru immediately offers Yakimaru to be his bodyguard. Tahomaru then takes him to his palace, and it is revealed that Tahomaru is actually Daigo's son. Upon arrival at the palace, Tahomaru takes Yakimaru to his father's room. But in the middle of it, they first meet Tahomaru's mother named Yuri. When Yuri sees Yakimaru, she immediately cries because Yakimaru is wearing the outfit she made. And when Yakimaru holds Yuri's hand, he gets a vision that Yuri is his mother, while Daigo is his father, which means Yakimaru is the child who was sacrificed in the pact by Daigo at the beginning of the film. That is why Yakimaru was born disabled. Of course, Daigo refuses to accept the condition of his son and tries to kill him. But Yuri, as a good mother, refuses and chooses to throw Yakimaru into the river, where he is then found by the shaman. Realizing that Yakimaru is truly her son, Yuri immediately faints. Meanwhile, Yakimaru chooses to leave the palace. After regaining consciousness, Yuri tells Daigo that their son has returned. Yuri also calls Yakimaru by the name Tahomaru, because before Yakimaru was born, she had prepared that name for him. But because Daigo did not accept Yakimaru, he gave the name to his second child. And without them realizing, Tahomaru overhears Yuri's conversation, so he feels envious because it means there are two heirs to Daigo's power. Although Yakimaru now has a complete body, Daigo still does not care about him. Meanwhile, Dororo meets Yakimaru by the river, who looks pensive. There, Yakimaru says that they can no longer be together because he is Daigo's son. He also asks Dororo to kill him, because Dororo has promised to kill Daigo and his descendants. Dororo immediately stabs Yakimaru right in the heart, but it is useless because Yakimaru has not regained his heart. At that moment, the shepherd grandpa appears and tells everything about Daigo's pact with the demons. Realizing that Daigo is the one who made his life miserable, Yakimaru intends to kill Daigo. But Dororo forbids him because no matter what, Yakimaru should not kill his own father. A while later, when Yakimaru is sitting by the river, two demon dogs suddenly appear. He then fights the two dogs, and with just a few moves, he manages to kill both of them. And it turns out that the two demon dogs are the demons that took both of his eyes. So now he gets his eyes back. He then sees Dororo's form for the first time. There, Dororo cries while revealing that she has changed her mind, where she retracts her promise of revenge so the two can live together. Likewise, Yakimaru promises not to seek revenge against his father. The next day, Daigo is seen complaining that taking over the world takes a long time. It is at this moment that the demon appears and instigates Daigo that Yakimaru is the cause of his failure to conquer the world. Hearing this, Daigo leaves the castle to kill Yakimaru. Meanwhile, Yakimaru and Dororo are seen admiring the view at the border. Until at that moment, Tahomaru and his three aides arrive while firing cannons at them. His arrival here is apparently to kill Yakimaru for fear that his power will fall into his hands. Initially, Yakimaru does not want to fight, but because the aides and Tahomaru keep attacking, he is forced to fight and accidentally kills Tahomaru. After that, Yuri arrives and immediately mourns Tahomaru's death. Not long after, Daigo arrives, who wants to kill Yakimaru. Yuri then tries to defuse Daigo's anger, but surprisingly, Daigo instead kills her. Seeing his mother killed, Yakimaru becomes angry, and from there, the duel between father and son takes place. In the duel, Yakimaru manages to defeat Daigo, but he does not want to kill him because he is his father. At the same time, the demon possesses Tahomaru's corpse and begins to talk to Daigo that he can revive Tahomaru as long as Daigo surrenders his body. Yakimaru warns Daigo that if power falls into the hands of the demon, it will be a disaster for the kingdom. Even though he has been warned, Daigo is still ambitious and finally accepts the demon's offer. Instantly, the demon enters Daigo's body, so now Daigo's form changes to become terrifying. Meanwhile, Tahamaru is brought back to life. The demon Daigo then tries to return to the castle, but before he can go there, Daigo regains control of his body and immediately stabs himself with a sword. Daigo then tells Yakimaru to kill him, so the demon will also die. The demon then jumps from the horse to attack Yakimaru, but Yakimaru cuts it first with the revenge sword. In a dying state, Daigo then begins to speak and tells Tahamaru to take over his power. After giving his last wishes, Daigo then walks in that direction and then explodes with his demon. Meanwhile, Yakimaru regains his heart. At that moment, the soldiers begin to arrive and aim their arrows at Yakimaru, but Tahamaru signals them to put down their weapons. After the incident, Yakimaru and Tahamaru return to the palace where Tahamaru begins to realize that he is not yet capable of becoming a leader. Therefore, he gives his position to Yakimaru to become the leader. But Yakimaru refuses because he still has to kill 24 more demons so that all his body parts return. Even so, Tahamaru still wants to wait for his older brother, and for the time being, Daigo's power will be held by him. Meanwhile, Dororo decides to leave the palace because she realizes that Yakimaru will definitely take that power. But as Dororo arrives at the border, she sees that Yakimaru is already waiting for her. This makes her cry, because it means Yakimaru still wants to go on an adventure hunting demons with her. The film ends with the two walking towards the ocean for the first time. So, what did you think of the movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.